Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. And it is freezing out there, ladies and gentlemen. It is freezing out there in Ireland. It definitely felt a bit chillier this morning. I cannot lie. I went for my morning drive at 8 a.m. this morning, and it was the first time this year, well, since the previous winter season, it was the first time that I kind of noticed it was getting colder. Do you know what I mean? Do you know that first morning it can kind of just come out of the blue because it was unseasonably warm last week, and I remember saying to um, I remember saying to people at the time, like which was a couple of days ago, I remember saying, "Isn't it unseasonably warm?" And they said, "Yeah, it does feel a bit warm." But I said, "No, but doesn't it feel kind of unseasonably warm?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's a bit warm. It's." I said, "No, but no, hold on. It's unseasonably warm. Like it's the autumn. It's late autumn. It's pretty much winter. Let's face it. Um, Winter is technically December, January, February. Pretty sure March, April, May is spring. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people think November is winter. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's autumn. You see, we're still in autumn, but still, it's late autumn. So I am very much justified in saying, isn't it unseasonably warm for mid-November? Pretty much mid-November. It's early to mid-November. Um, so um, I was saying to anyone who'd listen to me, there we go, a bit of ambient music to get the juices flowing. Good morning if you're just tuning in. This is Stephen's online breakdown. I'll say that again. I want a clean intro when I'm editing all this stuff later. I like to have a clean intro. It makes it easier because I am my own editor as well. Highly paid editor, exorbitant actually. I think I'm actually changing to someone to kind of outsource it to Bhutan or something, you know. Good morning. That's not good. Good morning and welcome to Stephen's online breakdown. That was okay. So if you're just joining the show, but I know for a fact nobody's watching the show, but we'll proceed as if there is, because it's all practice. My name there, is it centered correctly? I don't think it is. That's a shame. That's a real, because I should have spotted that. Anyway, I'm Stephen Stubbs. I'm the presenter, and I'll be presenting to you or onto you, in the big biblical sense. I'll be presenting onto you various ideas. We're going to play some games. We're going to learn a lot. The conversation is going to take us in weird and wonderful places, and along the way I'm going to be adding to my prompt list. If you're just tuning in for the first time, as we between now and 1 p.m. we'll be chatting, and we'll be learning a lot, and we'll be browsing the internet, and we'll be playing games, and as we do, I'll get ideas. You might have suggestions for me, and I'll add these suggestions to what I call the prompt list. In fact, I'll show you the prompt list. It's over there on line 2. Oops. There you go. I'm just kind of playing around where my second camera angle is going to be. At the moment, it's just down here. Once again, it makes it a bit easier when I'm editing that editing for vertical clips, that my head is actually in the middle of the frame. Anyway, so this is my, well, that's a blank page, but my prompt list will be, here it is. So this list will gradually fill up in the coming years and months. Yes, yesterday's show, yep. So the 11th, online breakdown. So today will be, as you can see, those are the prompts that we gathered during the 2 hours or so. And we then retooled those prompts, or regurgitated them through various AI programs to create a final end of show audiovisual experience, and a new form of art. A new art form was created that had not existed before my show began. That's extraordinary, isn't it? And that's the point we are right now. Right now, that end of show art audiovisual experience, AVE, does not yet exist. But it will exist in 2 hours' time if the Lord gives me the strength to carry on till then. It's kind of awesome thinking that right now it doesn't exist. Right now it does not exist. This wonderful work of art, and I'm certain it will be a wonderful work of art, especially with your suggestions. By the end of the show, it will exist and be out there in the internet, in the Ethernet. The Ethernet is something different, but the ether and the net, internet, Ethernet, the other net, you know what I mean? So we'll go down and we'll just basically put the real date in, the proper date for today. This is the proper date, 12th of November. I shan't be using the American way because as of 11:15 on the 12th of November, we're still an independent country with our own date and time system that was given unto us by our British overlords. And we're going to stick with that until Emperor Trump or Elon Musk tell us differently. Now, that sounds a bit loud, that music. Sorry. That is a bit loud. There you go. That sounds a bit loud to me. Okay. Yeah, that was a bit loud. 1 2 1 2. That sounds better. These things are very important. Getting all your audio levels correct is very, very, very important in this day and age. So, what we'll do now is, it's 11:15, so the time flies on this show. It just flies by. But as I was saying, we'll play a few games now in a second, and we'll get the conversation going. We'll get the conversation rolling. But what I was going to say is, my nose is a bit shiny. I notice I'm going to have to talk to my makeup team about that. Frankly, this is not good enough. It's not good enough. Not at this level. And we're operating at a high level here. That's a high level there. Now, does my skin color seem okay to you guys? Now, this jacket is misleading. Excuse me. It's time. This jacket looks yellow, a little bit yellow, and it is a little bit yellow. Don't adjust your set. It's not. It's meant to be a little bit yellow, okay? I think it confuses the white balance on the camera a little bit, because it kind of wants it to be white. And it is pretty much white, but it's got a little yellow tint. I bought this in Rome in a very well-known Italian kind of pound shop or lira shop thing that kind of sells jackets that look very expensive, but they're not. It's about 10 quid. But it's nice. It's nice and light. Do you know what I mean? Because it gets very warm in Rome. Often it goes above 30 degrees. And I was there in August, when it's like, yeah, it's basically like being in an oven, with the door closed. A fan oven, not just a normal bog standard oven, a fan oven. Like, why would you cook something without the fan on? Do you know what I mean? This is something that I wonder to myself. Like, most ovens, modern ovens now, they have a fan option, or just the normal setting oven, and then fan oven. So it would say on instructions for your food, let's say buy a chicken Kiev, right, from Aldi or something like that. And I'd say, okay, chicken Kiev, okay, let me read the instructions. I want to do this correctly. I don't want to burn my chicken Kiev. And by the same token, I don't want to serve it raw. So I want to read my instructions and get it just right. So put in the oven for 25 minutes at 190 degrees, right? Or fan oven, 5 minutes at 150 degrees. So it's like the difference between, horse-drawn carriages and nuclear-powered spacecraft. You're going to choose the spacecraft each time. You're going to choose nuclear power over horse-drawn carts. Come on. So what's the point? If it's a fan oven, it's a fan oven. Use your fan oven. Heat your food faster. Serve it well done. No one's going to get food poisoning then. We're all happy. Anyway, so the point I'm making to you is, as the show goes on, there you go. There's our first. There is our first prompt. Our first prompt is chicken Kiev in a fan oven. It might seem a little bit kind of esoteric. I don't fully really know what the word esoteric means, but I like to use it in mixed company. It's very specific. Chicken Kiev in a fan oven. But you'll be amazed how AI manages to contort these rather opaque prompts into something approaching coherence. Something approaching coherence, which is exactly what my maths teacher wrote on my final report after my leaving cert. He just wrote this leaving cert paper this maths paper was something approaching coherence, but it didn't actually meet coherence. It was actually a mess. Something approaching coherence. Anyway, we will go about our business now. Whoops. We'll go about our business. Look at that. I can move my face around in real time. We'll just go about our business now, and today I'll start off by reading through some celebrity news just to get the juices flowing in the brain and the adrenaline pumping, because there's nothing that gets me going in the morning more than celebrity gossip. And there's no better place to go for your celebrity gossip and entertainment news than the Daily Mail Online, one of the most popular websites on planet Earth for this kind of stuff. So, where are we? Welcome to the jungle. Colleen Rooney, Talisa Contoto Stavlos. I just call her Talisa myself. Otti Mabusi and G.K. Barry. Is that Garrett Barry, the footballer? Latest crop. There's a crop, so they're grown in the early months of the year, and then they're harvested in November. Celebrities. I was wondering where they all come from, because there's so many. They're exponential. The number of celebrities in our midst, like gorillas in the midst. The number of celebrities has been growing exponentially in the last 20 years. So now it's good to know that they're being grown in crops. And then they're harvested and then packed and sent to Australia for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. 2 noticeable names are missing. Really. I wonder how noticeable they are. The class of 2024. So who are these people? Who are these people? Do I know who these people? Is there? Well, I recognize 2 of them. I recognize 2 of the ladies straight away. That's your one-off Loose Women. Hasn't she done this show before? Like, it seems to me that this lady has been in various reality shows, whilst simultaneously slagging them off.
Hi, I'm Colleen Rooney.
Hi, I'm Melvin O'Doom.
I am GK Barry.
My name is Barry McGuigan.
GK Barry and Barry McGuigan. I thought it was Gareth Barry, the former English footballer. These bloody videos, man. These little embed videos that pop out on the Daily Mail website are horrendously annoying.
Lisa. I'm Danny Jones.
Hi, my name is Oti Mabuse.
I'm Alan Household.
I'm Jane Moore.
Jane Moore. And your man from Emery
I'm Dean McCulloch, and I'm best known for waking up the nation every morning on BBC Radio 1.
I have never been woken up by David McCulloch on BBC Radio 1. I definitely would remember it.
There'll be so many people watching right now that will have never seen my face, so
Aye.
Here it is. Surprise!
You may know me from the band McFly, but also I am a coach on The Voice.
I'm a journalist and a regular on Loose Women. I'm best known as a professional dancer on Strictly Come Dancing and a judge on Dancing on Ice.
I used to be in a band called N-Dubs and an X Factor judge.
I'm known for doing videos on TikTok, having my own podcast and being the youngest panellist on Loose Women.
She's known as the youngest panelist on Loose Women. And Jane Moore is one of the oldest, I'd say, or longest serving. So we have 2 alumni of Loose Women. That's great.
He's known for playing Tyrone Dobbs in Coronation Street.
Oh, he's
I've
Coronation
done
Street.
a
I'm
bit
sorry,
of everything.
Tyrone Dobbs. I mean, to be honest, he looks like a character from Emmerdale Farm. I know they've dropped the farm moniker, but I'm going to continue to use it. So I think it's more accurate. I mean, there is still lots of farming in it, isn't there? So why be ashamed of it? Embrace it. Own it.
I think really books, fashion ranges, TV shows.
I'm probably known for hosting a live lounge alongside my good mates Ricky and Charlie.
I'm the former world featherweight boxing champion. I won the world title in front of 19 million people, but
Now, Barry McGuigan is an unusual choice for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I can barely remember Barry McGuigan's career, and I grew up in the 80s. Newsflash. I can barely remember, so I don't really understand what demographic he's gonna tick, which boxes is he ticking on the algorithm. But he's full of personality, and more importantly, I think he's kept himself very fit, so he's gonna look great under a waterfall. And a bit of eye candy, shall we say, for some of the older viewers like myself.
I don't think I was as concerned as I am going into the jungle, that's for sure.
I've always been terrified to do this show, and I always said, oh my God, I'd never do it. I had so many fears about it.
I've been camping once, and
In other words, Talisa needs money, and she is now willing to do whatever is necessary to get that money. I heard Colleen Rooney got 1.5 million. I don't think it's equal. It's an equal amount, is it? I'd say Talisa's on about 200 grand maybe. That's still pretty good. I mean, Talisa, 200 grand. I was going to say Talisa is not what it used to be, but 200 grand isn't what it used to be. Adjusted for inflation, it's about 160 grand. But my point is, Talisa is about to enter a world of pain, eating bugs and kangaroo testicles and whatever else. I've not actually watched the show in years, but you know what? I think I might watch it this year, just so I'm on the same page. You know that I am a what they call a variety streamer, as in I broadcast about a variety of different things, from games to celebrity culture, celebrity gossip, etc. I think I should be watching I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So, great.
He said never, never, ever again will I do anything outdoors ever again. And here I am.
Not really outdoorsy. Yeah, I'm just blagging it though. Literally blagging it.
Going into the jungle.
I kind of respect them for naming their band McFly after a character from Back to the Future. Great movie, classic movie, perfect movie in one sense. And didn't McFly team up on what they call a money-grabbing enterprise with Busted, and briefly became McBusted or something like that. So that's fun. I hope he discusses that during his time in the jungle.
Hopefully you don't go into panic mode.
What if there is something living inside the dunny? Although, to be honest, with my nether regions descending, I think they're going to be a lot more frightened than I am.
Now, I have a vivid memory of Jane Moore in her bikini, bathing herself in oils. And maybe that was just a dream I had. No, seriously, hasn't she done this show before? Or a show very similar to ritualistic humiliation for cash? And I'm not talking about Loose Women. Great show, love that show. I get all my female news from that show. You gotta keep up to date on the female news.
I told my mum the other day, and she nearly started to cry. She was like, oh my goodness, all the snakes. And she started praying at the end of the phone call conversation.
I've stayed away from watching any of the clips of the stuff to try and not terrify myself. You know?
I wouldn't say that this is a dream come true. It's more like my worst nightmare come true.
I'm not good with heights. I'm not good with animals. I'm not good with actually anything that this show entails. So,
But once again, she needs the money. And do they get paid even if they drop out after a couple of days? I'm sure there's some contractual obligations they must meet. But probably a hefty sum up front anyway.
really happy to be here.
Spiders walking all over you, snakes hissing in your ear.
So snakes are my biggest fears. Like, I have nightmares about snakes and spiders. Oh my god.
Yeah, one bit me once. Not a massive fan of them.
My go-to if there is a spider is burn the house down or put it up for sale. I don't really do much there.
No, we're not doing no cockroach ones. Please.
Now, I don't like spiders either, and I've been to Australia, not to the jungle. I was on the other coast, which is a bit more deserty, and I was dreading the spider situation, I gotta say. I'd heard some horror stories. I'm not a big spider fan. I'm not a fan of big spiders. I don't mind the spiders, you know, they go about their business, don't bother me. But I do have an issue once they go about above the size of an old 50 pence coin. Younger viewers won't know what that is, but it's about the size of a €2 coin. So if it goes above that size, I start getting instinctive reactions to it. So I went to Australia for a month, and I was thinking, hold on now, within a month I'm going to definitely have problems, just because they have huge spiders over there. Spiders of all shapes and sizes and species, but mostly big, massive spiders that kind of can leap around like the alien, like the facehugger alien in the Alien franchise. And I was dreading that. I'd heard some horror stories, and one particular story was the classic, well, it's kind of a classic story about a young girl waking up, and a spider had built its web inside her mouth, or its funnel web spider, funnel down her throat. Basically, her dad comes in, sees her, still asleep, wakes her up, and takes the spider out of her mouth and the funnel, and it's disastrous, and it's a terrifying incident. And then there's the stories about, now I don't know if that's true. It's something that was told to me, and I retell it as often as I can as an example of how scary Australia is when it comes to spiders. But it could just be an old wives' tale. Although an old wife did not tell me that story, did not tell me that tale. An old wife did not tell me that tale. A trusted friend and confidant, who's not an old wife, told me that story. But the point I'm making is, I also heard a story where, you're told check your shoes. Always check your shoes in the morning in case a spider has crept in overnight and has set up camp there. You know, so that's something you got to be aware of. And I was checking my boots every morning when I was in Australia, and to be honest, it was grand. I saw no spiders. No spiders in my boots, no spiders in my bed, no spiders building funnel webs in my mouth. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. And to be honest, I went the whole month without seeing any spiders, really. Saw bigger ones in my house in Ireland before I left. So I was maybe I was just lucky. Maybe I was just lucky. Good morning, Jackie. Jackie has stopped by to say hello, and by hello I mean a laughing emoji. So if you just join us, Jackie, we were discussing I'm a Celebrities lineup, and I actually know most of the people on this list, on the lineup this year. I haven't watched it in years, but now that I'm broadcasting about celebrity and entertainment issues, I was thinking it might be in my interest to actually to watch it. So we were just going through this little video.
Rats.
Don't know that guy.
Rats. When I think of them, they do give me shivers. Oh, loads of them everywhere.
Until you're in a coffin with 50 snakes, you don't know how you're going to react.
That's true. You don't really know how you're going to react in a coffin with 50 snakes until you are actually in a coffin with 50 snakes. You know, you might think you will know how to react in a coffin with 50 snakes. But how many of us really do know how to react to being in a coffin with 50 snakes? I would wager that not many of us have been in a coffin with 50 snakes. Or 2 snakes.
In the business of boxing, you have to face your fears. You put your life on the line every time you step into the ring. So surely eating kangaroos, privates, couldn't be that challenging.
Well, that's a good point by Barry McGuigan. I'd rather get punched in the face. No, sorry. I'd rather eat kangaroo testicles than get punched in the face. At the worst that's going to happen with the kangaroo testicles is that you're going to get sick, or you might get diarrhea, or I'd say they're probably quite tasty once you cook them. Or do they eat them raw? Anyway, the point is, there's actually not much taste of raw meat. Let me just be clear on that. Fresh raw meat doesn't really taste of much.
The idea of a trial, I don't even think I'd be very good at it. I'd be one of those people that screams and cries and mildly vomits.
I definitely don't want to go back into camp and say I've got 2 stars, but also, if it wound people up, then it might be quite good to do it for that reason. I wouldn't do that.
I am so excited to get to know everyone in that jungle. I want to know your birthplace, how many GCSEs you got. Like, I'm so nosy and they can't escape me, so they are forced to speak to me, which is incredible news.
Huh?
I think I'm most nervous about gelling with everybody. I think, like, deep down, I just really want to be loved, and I just really want people to, like, see me for me.
I've never been exposed as much as this in all my life.
Well, I don't know about that, Colleen. I've just watched. I just this week, or 2 weeks ago, I watched a 4-hour documentary about yourself and Wagatha, or what's her name, Emma Vardy. That mess, that legal mess, both of you ladies got involved in over the privacy settings of an Instagram group or something that you were in, because you accused Mrs. Vardy of leaking incredibly private images of Wayne Rooney eating pizza with his kids or something. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the Wagatha Christie incident, but what I'm saying to you is you were quite exposed in that documentary series. I definitely learned a lot more about you than I've ever learned before. So you might, for legal reasons, you probably won't even be able to discuss that in the jungle. But we're going to see a lot of shots of you in your bikini washing yourself with a sponge So if that's what you're implying, then fine. Fine.
I think I'm up for a challenge for myself, and so
It'll be a challenge.
just thought, do it.
I think I'm pretty good to live with. Like, actually, people wouldn't really know because I hate living with people.
How you deal with different personalities, that's going to be a challenge without doubt. And all our idiosyncrasies and annoyances will come out undoubtedly, especially when you're being starved.
As long as I'm fed, everyone's safe. You just see me twitching like this. Like, can you just finish cooking the rice?
You know, I can feed the kids, I can feed Wayne, but I just feel like...
And she definitely feeds Wayne a lot.
Like, in camp, I would like a chef to be in there.
If anyone wants salmonella, I am the woman for the job. Unless it's an air fryer, I won't go near it.
My preparation has gone like this. I'm drinking more coffee because I'm going to be missing out for a few weeks, and I'm drinking more Guinness because I'm going to be missing out for a couple of weeks. But I bought some smaller clothes for when I get out, so that'll be fun.
What are my strengths? I'm very good at trivia. So hopefully I might be good when kiosk Kev asks those like really strange questions.
I used to say, like, I would never do this show, and now look at me. I'm sitting there talking to you guys. This is wild.
Anyone that goes in there is going to come out the other side a new version of themselves. I'm excited to meet the new version of me.
Do I want to be queen of the jungle? Well, I mean, wouldn't harm, would it?
I am one that if I want to do something, I like to do it properly. So if I'm going in there, I want to stay to the end.
King of the Jungle would literally top off my year, honestly. I'd love to be King of the Jungle.
Waking up in the jungle every morning, like, it makes my heart burst at the thought of it. I mean, ask me that in a couple of weeks when I'm like, get me out of here!
Well, I'm
Don't know
sold.
yet whether you're going to be...
I am sold on that. I am in like Flynn. I'm going to watch every single episode of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here 2024. I mean, what a stellar cast. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing Tulisa as she becomes a new person. I think she said she will be a new person when she leaves the jungle. So they've already taken the group picture, but I think a couple of them aren't even there yet. So how's that possible? Methinks some photoshopping has been going on here. Yes, definitely some photoshopping. I can clearly see most of those people. Those pictures were mostly taken back in a nice studio in England. But I'm surprised that I know at least half the people in that list. So that's fun. Although I did falsely identify the actor guy and think he was from Coronation Emmerdale Farm. He's in Coronation Strasse. So that's fine. I'll tune in. I look forward to it. When does it start? When does it start? There was not one mention in that entire 5-minute video. There was not one mention of when the bloody thing starts, which is kind of important. See, they're in Murwillumbah. They're in Murwillumbah. It's actually not that hard to pronounce once you know how to. Murwillumbah. I was over this side in Western Australia. And they weren't very imaginative when they were naming the provinces of Australia. Like literally Western Australia. It's in the west. Then we have South Australia. It's in the south. It's actually South Middle Australia, it should have been called. Then we had New South Wales. And suddenly, whoa, New South Wales. And this map has somehow managed to misspell Queensland. Queensland. Unless that is the way you spell Queensland. And if that's true, my brain has been completely blown. And then you have the Northern Territory. And that's also spelled wrong. I have no idea where Daily Mail are getting their graphics from. Or there should be... isn't that spelled wrong? Territory? There should be 2 R's. Huh? How do you spell territory? Yeah, 2 R's. 1 T. Sorry, I don't really spell much nowadays because of all the tools that we have at our command. I don't know why this is a command. I don't know why. So my point is, where are we? We spent way too much time on this. So territory is spelt wrong, and Queensland is spelt wrong. Who's this? First, Maura Higgins. I've often heard her name. Is she some kind of model? Is she a celebrity wife? Is she a presenter of TV shows? And this guy, I know this guy, Reverend Coles. He's going to head in as a late addition. Isn't that great? Something to look forward to. That's wonderful. Oh, previous member of McFly won the actual competition in 2011. Good Lord, the show is going a long time now. What's this guy's name again? Dean McCullough. He sounds like a lightweight boxer from Northern Ireland, but he's actually a Radio 1 DJ. And this guy was a lightweight. Featherweight, maybe? McGuigan? Barry McGuigan? So good luck to him. I have a feeling he's going to get into some tasty arguments with Jane Moore regarding the culture wars, perhaps. Or maybe Jane Moore. Jane Moore is a little bit on the right, isn't she? When she's in the mood. We'll see. I'm sure there'll be some very, very tasty arguments amongst these group of people, almost as if it's been designed that way. And there's Dec and Ant, or Ant and Dec. I know it's a bit of a cliche. It's a bit of an easy joke that it's impossible to know which one is which. I honestly don't know which is which. Ant, Dec, Dec, Ant, Dec. They both could be Dec or Ant. I mean, he definitely looks like a Declan. He definitely looks like an Ant, an Anthony. And he looks like an Anthony too, or an Ant. More like an Ant than an Anthony. But you know what I mean? So, 63, Barry now. Well, fair play to him. 62 is Jane Moore. Melvin O'Doom, I honestly have never heard of this dude. He's a radio presenter. Alan Halsall, 42. Talisa, 36, huh? Time flies. Anyway, enough of that. But I will be tuning in and will be commenting on that in the coming months and years. Now let's play a little game here. I like to play my daily game of Framed. If I could just... Oh, I think the Daily Mail has crashed my entire browser. No, here we go. So, in case you don't know, I think I know what this is. This game is called Framed, where you have to guess a film from 6 randomly chosen frames. And sometimes you just get lucky. And I think I know what this is, because I've seen this film. It's a Marvel movie. I think that's Doctor Strange right here. This is a post-credit sequence. So if you didn't stay till the very, very end, the bloody end, if you hadn't stayed through 15 minutes of South Korean surnames in the VFX department, you would not have seen this scene. That, I think, is Wagata, or Agatha, what's her name? Wandakov, otherwise known as the Scarlet Witch, you know what I mean? WandaVision, yeah, Wanda Maximoff, who becomes the Scarlet Witch, isn't it? Anyway, the point is, that's Doctor Strange. I was going to say Doctor Strangelove. Doctor Strange, and Wanda. Now it's the end of that's setting up. That scene actually kind of sets up WandaVision. So it's before WandaVision. It's ja ja. It's but ooh Doctor Strange. Yeah, okay. It's the post-credit sequence in ooh. Well, she hasn't had her own standalone movie, has she? Avengers Endgame. Could it be an Avengers Endgame? I don't think it is, but you know what I mean? No. I mean, it's Doctor Strange. Sorry, what am I talking about? It's a Doctor Strange movie that with a Wanda cameo. I was thinking the other way around. I was thinking of a Wanda movie with Doctor Strange cameo, which is stupid because there is no standalone Wanda movie, but I thought it might have been at the end of Avengers movie, because Wanda's in the Avengers movies, of course. But now I can clearly see it's actually a Doctor Strange movie. So it's just Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I think. I don't think it's, because I think that directly led in the... Yeah, I think that directly led into the WandaVision TV series, which was great fun, by the way. I would recommend that. Very inventive, very creative, and quite entertaining, I must say. And it's great to see the actors getting to flex their acting muscles, like Paul Bettany and Wanda. So let's submit this. Am I correct? Is it Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Booyah! Oh yeah, I got it. Frame 2. Peace. I got it. Okay, and now we'll go on to the next game. So in this game, we basically have a face. We have a face. We gotta guess. So we gotta guess whose face this is, obviously. I can fit up there, I think. Yeah. So we gotta guess whose face is this. Sorry, not whose face is this. Get off my screen, ads. Ooh, Screwfix have only $16.95 for a gallon of oil or something. Brake fluid. What's to do with brake fluid? If anyone's watching the show and knows about brake fluid, when do I come late to driving? I came late to drive. Like most artists, I didn't start driving until my mid-30s. But when do I change my brake fluid? And how often should I be checking my brake fluid? If anyone knows the answer, just pop it in the comments and like and subscribe. And if you want to know about my socials, there's all my socials. So just like and subscribe to all my socials immediately. It's free. It's free to do at the moment. Anyway, where am I? What am I doing here? Back to this screen, yes. So, if you're just tuning in for the first time, two well-known actors, well, we hope, well-known actors, have been merged together digitally into this new creature that I'm going to call Chris. He's Chris with a K, okay? That's who it is. It's Chris with a K. He's vaguely Eastern European. He moved to LA about 10 years ago, and he is a professional MMA fighter as well on the side, and he's friends with Brad Pitt. He was a stunt double for Tarantino, so he gets around. Chris with a K. He's probably Russian, but he claims to be Polish. something like that. You know what I mean? So the point I'm making to you is we've got two people here merged together. Now, are they both male? Oh, they are. So they're both male. They're both male. And so let's get guessing. I'm not really getting any. I mean, The Rock would be The Rock. Dwayne Johnson would be a good place to start now, because I kind of, those dimples are a little bit Rock-like, you know. Dwayne's dimples would be something similar to this. The beard obviously is not. Although I think The Rock did have a goatee. I think The Rock did have a goatee for a couple of roles. Let me just ask our first question today to Copilot, which is my AI friend. Has The Rock worn a goatee? Has The Rock worn a goatee? Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson has sported a goatee. That's the term I needed. I was reaching for. Dwayne The Rock Johnson has sported a goatee on and off throughout his career. He's known for his circle beard, which is a goatee connected to the moustache by a strip of hair coming down the sides of the mouth. Oh, that's called a circle beard. Interesting. Recently, he's been sporting a salt and pepper version of goatee, because he's getting old, giving him a more mature look. Absolutely. And you know, The Rock is maturing very well, like myself. He's maturing like a block of cheddar, becoming more pungent and tasteful, and a little bit powdery. You know, that kind of weird white powder film that appears on cheese. Where have we gone? Oh yeah, sorry. Back to here. So I'm going to put in Dwayne The Rock. Oh, that's The Rock. Come on, surely. I don't have to type in Dwayne, do I? God, it's exhausting. It's okay, it says Dwayne Johnson. Oh, I'm wrong. I kind of was a bit confident. I was actually confident. I should never be confident, Stephen. Hope is the killer. Hope is the killer. Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson. I mean, he looks like a Dwayne Johnson. Hi, I'm Dwayne Johnson. But the point I'm making to you is, it's not Dwayne Johnson. It kind of looks like Triple H, the wrestler dude. Is he an actor? I'm sure he's in some dreadful straight-to-DVD movies during that whole era when Vince McMahon was trying to turn WWE into like Paramount Studios. I know John Cena, of course, fair play. He's a big success now as an actor. And of course, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What am I talking about? But there was a lot of other films with some lesser-known actors, wrestlers that wasn't quite successful. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin was in a couple, and maybe Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. But I'm off the point a little bit here. Now, it's obviously a guy with who's quite buff. Great neck. What an amazing neck this dude has. Anyway, our next clue is he was born in 1974, 11th of November. So he was literally 50 yesterday. Happy birthday, mystery actor. I mean, let's have a little bit of fun here. You know, this game is integrating AI into the whole, into its format. It's not just me talking nonsense for 2 hours. I'm also going to ask AI to give me some feedback. So, what actors were born November 11th? I mean, and this won't give me the correct. This won't tell me. Oh, it's that actor. It'll give me a choice of actors born on the 11th of November, 1974, and from that we can deduce. Oh Jesus, what's November 11th, 1974? Excuse me. What actors? Which actors, in fact? Which actors born November 11th, 1974? Well, I think that's it. That's bang. Straight away, I think we have an answer. One notable actor born on November 11th, 74 is Leonardo Di Caprio. And, oops. Where's he gone? Now, I don't think that's DiCaprio's neck on our shoulders. Definitely not his shirt. I know all of Leo's shirts, and that's not one of them. But I can kind of see now it is his kind of squinty eyes a little bit, you know. So, and that frown line there is very much a Leo frown line. Leonardo DiCaprio. I did cheat a little bit there, but that was just to show you that this show does incorporate AI. And yeah, there you go. Leo, the second half of this mutant creature that we call Chris, Christoph, actually was his full name, is a little bit trickier. The smile, it's a very distinctive smile. Great teeth. Oh. The dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What's his name? I've just started watching Welcome to Wrexham, the show wherein himself and Ryan Reynolds bought a big share of, I think they bought the entire club outright. Wrexham, the football club in Wales. McElhenney. Rob McElhenney. Now, he's got a very buff body, but he's not really a movie actor, as Ryan Reynolds reminds him many times. And I have no idea how to spell McElhenney. Rob is not there anyway. He's not really into movies, is he? Yeah. So if anyone's watching, you can just give me a suggestion there. That smile is very distinctive. But the body is really confusing me. Unless... Yeah. Anyway, we're also building a prompt list based around... So far, we've only have chicken Kiev in a fan oven. Leonardo DiCaprio, I think we should add. Leonardo DiCaprio. Frowning. Because it was one of his frown lines that really gave it away to me. He's got very distinctive frown lines. Not that he has much to frown about. He's pretty much been living a charmed life these past few decades. So, no suggestions from my audience yet. We gotta guess something. Oh, sorry. What are the clues for this dude? Okay, it's a man. I'll just guess anyone. I'll just guess John Cena. Just someone to get. John Cena's not there. Okay. John Bernthal. Who the hell is John Bernthal? I'll submit anyway for the laugh. Okay, so we now have some new clues. Namely that this actor was born on the 30th of July, 1968. So that would make them 56. Yeah, 56. the 30th of July, so they're 56 years of age. They're quite buff, got a great smile. So it's Leo's eyes, Leo's goatee, and Leo's dimples. So the other guy, it's definitely his teeth and his neck. Could it be Batista? No, I mean, I don't see Batista there. Dave Batista. He's about 56, isn't he? But Batista. He's not even in there. Batista. No. Okay. Dave Batista. This is tricky. It's the neck that's really throwing me off. Now maybe the neck is a bit of a red herring. Maybe during the digital melding of these two actors, the neck just increased in size exponentially without necessarily representing the neck of the actual person. So we gotta guess someone. Let me see. Sylvester Stallone. It's not him. He's not 56 either. He's about 78. Stallone. 56 years of age. Steven Seagal. Poor Steven Seagal is not even on this list. That's how out of touch he is now. You need to start making more movies, Steve. Sydney Sweeney. No, it's not Sydney Sweeney. 1956. Or sorry, 1956. Age 56. Sorry. If you're just tuning in, this is Stephen's Online Breakdown, live on the internet. Steve Martin. It's not Steve Martin, but I just want another guess. Okay, so they're well known for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, White Chicks, and The Longest Yard. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a TV series. The Longest Yard is a remake of the NFL movie with Burt Reynolds. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've not seen White Chicks, and nor will I ever see White Chicks with the Wayans brothers, or the Marlon Wayans, the Wayans brothers. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the dude Adam something. Adam. Oh, what's his bloody name, mate? Adam Samberg. Andy Samberg. Is it? Andy Samberg. Samberg is not even here. Does anyone have any? Oh! We have a guess. I think we've got a pretty good guess. Yeah, I don't actually watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I kind of vaguely know the cast, as in what they look like, and that guy's name that you're thinking of, Takalaka, is Terry Crews. I think that could be a fantastic guess. And is he 56? Yeah, it sounds, he could be. And he's on my list. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Bang. You got it. Well, specifically Takalaka got it. Congratulations, Takalaka. Your first comment is a winning comment. Takalaka. Terry Crews. I wouldn't have got that. Even with even with the T, I've never seen White Chicks. I've never seen The Longest Yard. I just don't watch NFL films. Sorry. I don't think I would have got that. So thank you so much, Takalaka, wherever you may be. That's great. Terry Crews. Good actor, good comedy actor, good action star. People tell me I should watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think I watched the first couple episodes years ago. I might get back into it. I'll dip in and out. So much time, so little to do. Wonderful. So that's that game done. But and this is what this show is about. This show is about me interacting with the audience, you, and learning together. So we learned something together. I learned from Takalaka that actor was Terry Crews. Now I got Leonardo DiCaprio correct pretty quickly, so I also contributed. So can we add anything to our prompt list from that experience? Sorry, forgive me for wiping my nose. I'm a human after all. The Longest Yard. Terry Crews. Brooklyn. The beautiful city of Brooklyn. It almost is its own city, Brooklyn. Borough, in fact, is what they call it, isn't it, in America? A borough, or in New York. It's one of the 5 boroughs of New York. Not a rabbit borough, but a human borough. Borough. Brooklyn. I think that's good enough. That will definitely tease a few images from the AI generator. Brooklyn. So let's just get a few. Let's just find out what happened on this day. I'll just flip through this very quickly. Don't worry, we'll get through this as quick as possible, and then we'll go about our business. What am I doing? Oh yeah, on this day, I like to get my history fix. So on this day in it's the 12th of November. So on the 12th of November, 764 AD, Tibetan troops occupied Chang'an for 15 days, capital of the Chinese Tang dynasty. I'm not really up on my Chinese Tang Chinese Tang dynasty. I'm not really up on my Chinese Tang dynasty history, but I will endeavor to discover more in the coming weeks and indeed days. Get off my screen. Ads. Oh dear. Isn't that really annoying when you click on the X and it brings you to the ad? That should be illegal. So this picture is of best-selling American novelist Ben-Hur turns author into a soldier of fortune. In 1880, on this day, best-selling American novel Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ by soldier Lee Wallace is published. Oh, interesting. I was not aware of that etymology. I was not aware that best-selling that Ben-Hur was based on a novel by a soldier called Lee Wallace. It was called A Tale of the Christ. So that was its subtitle. Does it say that in the movie? Does it say Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ? It could. Let me just check the opening scene of Ben-Hur. Opening credits. We'll turn the audio off just in case I get a copyright strike. Ben-Hur. A Tale of the Christ. by General Lee Wallace. Huh? There you go. You learn something new every day. So the next time someone says to you, have you seen Ben-Hur? You'll say, you can just turn to them very slowly. So let's imagine, let's imagine I'm you. So this is you. And then you ask me. So this is me. This is me. This is you. Okay? Hey, Stephen, have you seen Ben-Hur? You mean Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ? Okay? So that's the way you should do it. Also, in 1927, on this day, Leon Trotsky is expelled from the Soviet Communist Party, paving the way for Joseph Stalin to consolidate complete power. Yeah, and then poor Leon eventually moved to Mexico and got an ice pick in the eye for his troubles. Well, I mean, you know, that's why you should be careful what kind of company you keep, you know. You hang out with Stalin for too long and you will get an ice pick in the face. 1942, Guadalcanal. The Battle of Guadalcanal begins when Allied and Japanese naval forces... that picture is not of the Guadalcanal battle. That's a space picture. Buzz Aldrin takes the first space selfie. Wow. A photo of himself performing extravehicular activity in space. Well, space selfie is just gonna be, it's just asking, it's just begging to be added to the prompt list. Space selfie. Thank you to everyone who's been watching and contributing so far. If you're watching for the first time, this is Stephen's Online Breakdown. And this show is about me browsing the internet, playing games, learning some general knowledge and trivia and history, and interacting with you, my beloved viewers, fans. And then as the show goes on, I will be adding incidents that happened during the show to my prompt list. And then I'll be feeding those prompts into various artificial intelligent audiovisual contraptions. And then by the end of the show, in about 1 hour, 15 minutes time, we will have created a brand new work of art. So, back to this. So that's a fantastic picture. It really is wonderful. And Buzz Aldrin is still with us. He's still very much with us on this particular planet. Isn't he? He is. There's the picture there. That is quite an astonishing picture. I'm not quite sure how he focuses that, because it's obviously it's DSLR, a camera. Well, they're very well trained, so he would have done at least a couple of months training on how to take selfies in space, probably underwater. You know, because that's pretty much what they do in NASA when they train their astronauts for trying to recreate space-like conditions. They basically put them in swimming pools. Plus, space is notoriously very... it smells like chloride. Space smells like chloride. You get a bit of space in your eyes, and that's going to sting. It's going to sting. Okay. How do I get back to that other page? There you go. Bang, bang, bang. So in 1968, on this day, U.S. Supreme Court, Epperson versus Arkansas, declares unconstitutional the Arkansas law banning the teaching of evolution in public schools. So, okay, good. I misunderstood that for a second. So this is good. This is from people like me, for an evolutionist like myself. This is good news. In 1968, so there was a ban. There was a ban. Arkansas had implemented a ban on the teaching of evolution in public schools. So this U.S. Supreme Court decision, Epperson versus Arkansas, the decision, the edict, the judgment was that that ban on the teaching of evolution was in itself unconstitutional and therefore was overturned. And hopefully to this day, evolution is taught in Arkansas schools. Although I wouldn't be surprised if that ruling was ignored. I think something like 50% of Americans believe in creationism. Now, I just threw that statistic out there in a very willy-nilly, and some would say irresponsible way. But I'm going to finally get an answer on this, because it is something I've wondered. What population of America believes in creationism? Creationism, in case you don't know, is the belief in the literal teaching of Genesis, I believe. Creationism. Cretinism. That's a whole other story. Creationism. What percentage of Americans are creationists? That's not a really good way of phrasing it, but AI is clever. It knows what I'm trying to get at. So approximately 40% of Americans identify as creationists. Good Lord, I wasn't too far off, was I? Believing that God created humans in their present form within the past 10,000 years. Seriously? This percentage can vary slightly depending on how questions about evolution and creationism are asked. What do you mean, depending on how questions are asked? The questions are very simple. Do you believe the world was 10,000 years old? Or do you believe the world is 10 to 12 billion years old? That's you know, there's not much middle ground there. So, why am I talking about this? Because on this day, the teaching of evolution was declared constitutional in Arkansas. Anyway, in 1970, in Cyclone Bola makes landfall in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, of course, killing up to 500,000 people, making it the deadliest tropical cyclone ever recorded. It seems like the entire country of Bangladesh is a floodplain, which is a slight. It's a bit of a planning error when you're planning a country, but it's shocking. 500,000 people, and I've never even heard of Cyclone Bola. Have you? 1990, the World Wide Web is first proposed by CERN computer scientists Tim Berners-Lee and Robert Cayley. Now, I know Tim Berners-Lee was involved, but I've never heard the name Robert Cayley. I like that phrasing. The World Wide Web is first proposed by CERN computer scientists. I will put that in our prompt list because there's a lot going on there, and I think AI will have a lot of fun. By computer scientists. Well, let's take out CERN. No. CERN looks amazing. I think our lyric maker, my AI lyrics maker, will have a lot of fun with that. So no, I did not know anything about Robert Cayley, and I want to kind of know more because Tim Berners-Lee has taken all the credit. This guy's been on a never-ending junket around the world saying, "Hi, I'm Tim Berners-Lee, and I created the internet. But he never mentions Robert Caillou. Maybe Robert Caillou doesn't want to be known. Well, obviously that's word. Who? Question mark. Who? Robert Caillou. Who? Robert Caillou is a Belgian. Oh. The Belgians are very clever people. Robert Caillou is a Belgian informatics engineer. Huh? Who played a crucial role in the development of the World Wide Web. Sorry. Is a Belgian informatics. Robert Caillou is a Belgian informatics engineer who played a crucial role in the development of the World Wide Web. He proposed the first hypertext system for CERN in '87. CERN has been there since then. They've been spinning particles around that coil since then. Have they found the God particle yet? No, but they found a lot of they found a lot of funding for their theories. Anyway, he proposed the first hypertext system, which is a clickable link, isn't it, for CERN, and collaborated with Tim Berners-Lee on the early development of the web. Aha. Caillou designed the historical logo of the WWW. Whoa. Organized the first international World Wide Web conference at CERN in '94. Oh, did not know that. And helped transfer web development from CERN to the Global Web Consortium in 1995. That sounds kind of sinister, the Global Web Consortium. Quite an impressive contribution. Indeed it was. And yet I've never heard his name. So if you're out there, Robert Caillou, I'd like to congratulate you on creating the first hypertext system for CERN, and indeed for helping and collaborating indeed with Tim Berners-Lee on the early development of the web. And I hope you made lots of money from that. So that's great. We'll just finish off our On This Day in 1936. On this day, first ever TV gardening show, In Your Garden, airs on the BBC. A great name for a gardening show. In Your Garden. And today in music, in 1989, George Forrest's musical Grand Hotel opens at the Martin Beck Theatre in New York City. Runs for 1,018 performances. Can you imagine that? Performing the same bloody musical 1,000 times. And wins 5 Tony Awards. Never heard of it. Grand Hotel. Maybe I have heard of it. But in 2021, LA judge rules to end Britney Spears' conservatorship, which had controlled almost all aspects of her life for 14 years. And since that happened, she has blossomed into a stable and healthy and talented member of the public, and all the best to her. So that's great. And we'll just finish off our sojourn through the internet with a little game here, a little brain teaser. I'll get through this as quick as possible, and then we can go about our business, our real business, which is to create an audiovisual work of art. And we're literally less than an hour away from that, or maybe sooner. And we got some wonderful prompts. If you're just joining us so far, we have chicken Kiev in a fan oven. We have Leonardo Di Caprio frowning. He's well known for his frowns. Brooklyn, not Brooklyn Beckham, but the actual borough of Brooklyn in New York. We got space selfie, because Buzz Aldrin took the first ever space broadcast has disconnected. No, okay, I think that if it's buffering, just have a little bit, just be patient. I'm ready to test my brain. Where is the black sheep? I gotta be honest, I got this question the other day when I was playing this, and I still have no idea what the answer is. You can paint one of them black. Oh, look. Finally, I got it. Wow. I spent about 10 minutes on that last week, and it was quite clearly, it was just, see, sometimes it's very literal. You gotta say what you see and do what you say. There he is. What is the last letter in spelling? What is the last letter in spelling? Oops. I hope you can see this. What is the last letter in spelling? That's a bit too big. Oh yeah, G, yeah, Takalaka. Sorry, hello, Chakalaka. Yeah, it would seem the obvious answer would be G. The last letter in spelling, G. Correct. Thank you, Takalaka. You got it right, man. And what are you saying to me? You're saying I hope I am doing well, Takalaka. Fighting the good fight. Living and learning and loving. And you are now... I noticed I hadn't seen you around the town for a while, pal. You're now located north of the Pale. I'm a little bit unsure. I've always been a bit unsure exactly where the Pale is. That might seem crazy that I don't know that. I mean, I've been living in Ireland almost my entire life. Is the Pale like that bit between Kildare and Dublin? Or is that the Curragh? Or is the Pale further south? I don't want to Google this. Actually, let's ask AI. Where is the Pale? Now, they might give me an answer about the band, the Pale. Or wherever they are nowadays. Where is the Pale? Whoops. It's having to think about this. I haven't seen it think about a question this much in a long time. So you've really stumped it there. Yeah, it might have even crashed. I don't know. I think we just broke AI with that question. Anyway, we're finished with that game. Tricky puzzles. I hope you did not try Z. No, why would I try Z? This is an ad, by the way. There's no getting past it. Well, there is when I can skip it in a minute or two. Dublin. Okay. Okay. You're based in Dublin now, a wonderful city. How do I skip this ad? If I click on it. It's an ad for Amazon. Do they need to advertise? Seriously, does Amazon really need to advertise now? They're pretty much the biggest shop in the world, online and offline. I can't get past the ad, I'm sorry. It's an ad for Amazon. If you're getting the urge to buy something on Amazon, go ahead. Go wild. Hello. I think I have to refresh this. Poor Microsoft. Where is the Pale? The Pale refers to a historic region in Ireland that was under English control during the late Middle Ages. Oh. It was a strip of land along the east coast. Come on, Stephen, I'm so wrong on this. That's not good. It was a strip of land along the east coast, stretching from Dalkey, south of Dublin, to Dundalk in Louth. Well, that's quite a long distance. That's pretty much the entire east coast. So basically, it's Dalkey to Dundalk. That east coast is the Pale? The term Pale comes from the Latin word palus, meaning stake or fence, symbolizing the boundary of English rule. Wow. Okay, we learn something new every day. So, Takalaka said he was north of the Pale. So that would be north of Dundalk. So, you're in Northern Ireland? You're in the 6 counties? You don't have to be I'm joking. You don't need to actually tell us your actual GPS location. Don't dox yourself. But that is interesting. I got that wrong, man. I kind of thought the Pale was around the Curragh area. I mean, come on. It's amazing how little you know about your own country. I mean, I could name every 50 states, all 50 states of America, and their capitals probably. I could name countries in East Asia, and yet I didn't quite know where the Pale was. So we got to add that. We got to add that in some way to our prompt list. Historical religion. Strip of land. A strip of land on the East Coast, stretching from Dalkey, south of Dublin, to Dundalk and Louth. The term Pale comes from the Latin. Under English control in the Middle Ages. A historical region of in Ireland that was under. Yeah, I mean, I'll change that a little bit. Okay, thanks Takalaka for dropping by to say hello and giving me a very, very important lesson in Irish geography. Back to our brain test. There is an intruder. There is an intruder in our cat party. Okay, that would suggest there's a non-cat. So is there a dog there? Is there a mouse there? Is there... Let me see. I see. I do. Is there a guinea pig? Maybe it's the word intruder. It can be literal, lateral thinking, that kind of jazz, cryptic trick questions, that kind of scene. Takalaka. Good man, he's not going to dox himself. It's very easy to dox yourself nowadays. He's working in and around Belfast as an extra in the Game of Thrones prequel. Good man, you're still getting that kind of work. Excellent. Excellent. I was in Vikings in one episode. I handed a scroll to the town mayor or something. And then... So House of the Dragon. Yeah, I just watched the first 2 seasons. And I enjoyed it immensely, I must say. You're based in North County Dublin, so you're in the middle of the Pale now at the moment. Good man. Well, I'm glad to know you're happy and healthy, and still getting plenty of work in the entertainment industry. Because I had noticed I hadn't seen you around town in a while. and I have a full list of people that I know in town. So every day I sit down and I give a tick beside their names if I've seen them or not. And I definitely have put a lot of ticks beside your name in the last year or so. So that's good. That's good to know now. I'll put that down on in my list. North County, Dublin. Looking forward to season 3 of House of the Dragon. But it's going to be a couple of years, isn't it? Like, it takes a couple of years to make these shows. But I think season 3 is going to be spectacular. I think it's been revving up to this final battle of the dragons. And I'm here for it. Or I will be here for it in about 2 years' time. If the Lord grants me that time. A new prequel. Hold the phone. Hold on a second here now, Takalaka. Hold on a second now. Are you trying to tell me there is a new prequel? Not House of the Dragon. There's a prequel to House of the Dragon or a whole different family saga. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Takalaka? Because I was not aware of this. I kind of prefer a sequel, to be honest, but there's a lot of stories to tell in that Westeros universe. Plus, they're still waiting for George Martin, not the Beatles, George Martin. They're still waiting for George R. Martin to finish off the books he was meant to have finished about 10 years ago. So they're kind of just making things up as they go along now. The showrunners, the TV guys who are making these shows. So a prequel to a prequel, that would be amazing. Has a prequel to a prequel ever been done before? What would you even call a prequel to a prequel? A pre-prequel. That's interesting. Maybe it's top secret news. Maybe we are discovering top secret entertainment news right now. According to our contact on set on the Game of Thrones prequel, a new prequel. Wow. I'll have to look up King of the Seven Kingdoms. Are you having a laugh? That's what it's called. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Well, I'm gonna have to investigate this promptly. Because I need to be up to date on my Game of Thrones news. By golly gosh, I will not have the hood. I will not be hoodwinked. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is an upcoming TV series based on George R. Martin's novellas, Tales of Dunk and Egg. The show stars Peter Claffey as Sir Duncan, the tall Dunk, and Dexter Saul Ansell as Egg. It's set to premiere next June on HBO, or wherever you get your streams from. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is upcoming. So it's based on one of his novellas. So I didn't know Martin has novellas stemming from the universe. Shouldn't he just finish off the main story that he's been trying to do? He keeps getting sidetracked because I think the House of the Dragon was also a tangent he went on. He should fulfill his contractual obligations and finish off the third and fourth book. I don't know. I haven't read the books myself. But that's great to know, Takalaka. Thanks very much for that information. I look forward to A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It sounds like quite a small story, but obviously it's not. It's epic. It'll be an epic adventure. Tales of Dunk and Egg. Maybe it's got a more of a comedic bent to it. Because Game of Thrones that universe can be quite grim. So maybe this is a more light-hearted take on that world. It's definitely something I'll be tuning into next June 2025. So good luck. I hope you get plenty of work on that. So we're still trying to find our intruder in our cat party. Intruder in our cat party. Intruder in our cat. There is an intruder in our cat party. Okay. Ooh. Oh God! Right. What the hell? There he is. It's a nasty rat. I didn't even know what that was. I thought it was like an ear or something. It was a rat. Deeply annoying. Yeah, I agree with you, Takalaka. Mr. Martin is milking HBO for all it's worth. I'd say Martin is an extraordinarily wealthy man by now. I mean, if surely he got some of that sweet residual money from the what's it called? When they sell the show on to other syndication. Surely that's millions. Actually, let's check, will you? I like finding out people's net worth. George R.R. net worth. George R.R. Martin's net worth. George Martin's net worth, not the Beatles one, is estimated to be around 120 million. By golly, that'll buy you a lot of pens. 120 million. His wealth primarily comes from the success of his A Song of Fire, Ice and Fire saga, which he hasn't finished, with Thrones, which has earned him around 25 million per year. Quite impressive, right? Yeah, I'm sure it is. And I'd say he's the kind of guy like Stephen King and these other writers. I'd say he doesn't even spend a penny. Because these guys are so prolific. They're like obsessive. They're just pretty much there at their writing desks. They're probably living in a castle. You know, a mansion built on a castle. But they're pretty much just sitting at their desks all day writing. Pretty much just doing what I'm doing. Don't know why I'm making that face. You know, so are they happy? I don't know. I know Martin goes to get him Comic Cons now and then. I've seen him. He's quite a big guy. I've seen him turn up at those Comic Cons. But other than that, is he doing much with the money? You know, I remember him. I've heard him complaining about the pressure he's under to finish these books. Well, I think what I would do at his point, because he must be in his 60s or 70s now, I would kind of just say, you know, I would just kind of say, if I was George Martin, I'd ring up HBO and say, you know what? Hello, HBO. This is George Martin. No, not the one from the Beatles. So basically, here's the deal. I'm old. I'm overweight. My health's not the best. I have 120 million quid in the bank, and I kind of want to enjoy myself before I, die. So I won't be finishing those books anytime soon. And I've just booked myself on a 2-year world cruise, and I'm not even bringing the laptop. I'm not even bringing the laptop or the phone. So goodbye and good luck. Click. That's kind of like what I would do if I was George Martin. Takalaka says, and the Beatles. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, George Martin, of course, the Beatles' George Martin is unfortunately deceased. He has departed this mortal coil. So it'd be interesting. It's a good question. How much did he? No, he wasn't getting. He was just a jobbing producer on the Beatles' albums. He wasn't getting a taste of their album sales, surely, or their songwriting residuals. Although he probably should have gotten some residuals from the songwriting, because he had a big part to play, especially in the early days of the Beatles, and especially since they got the whole reason they got orchestrated and create that unique sound is because of George Martin's background as a classical musician and arranger and producer, arranging actually in particular. So what is George Martin? What was George Martin Next, net worth. Net worth. I suppose this might have been probably public knowledge in his will. No, not George or Martin. See this. Oh, sorry. I thought that you should have been seeing me type that in it. So unfortunately, AI has gotten confused. It thinks it is George Martin, George or Martin. Yeah, okay. I already asked that question. George Martin from the Beatles. From the Beatles, you dullard. From the Beatles, you dope. Got it. And it's ignored my insult. You're talking about Sir George Martin, often referred to as the fifth Beatle due to his extensive involvement with the Beatles music. Yeah. George Martin's net worth at the time of his death, wow, was 100 million quid. Are you having a laugh? His wealth was largely accumulated through his work as a record producer, arranger, and composer, which I alluded to. He played a crucial role in shaping the sound of the Beatles. I know that, but he didn't get residuals from the album sales. Producers famously, well, back in those days, they would just do a job. They'd have 10 or 15 bands on the go simultaneously, do the job, in and out, shake it all about. But they weren't getting profits from the actual song sales. I know nowadays producers' names are all over the records, the songs. So they are getting a sweet taste. But that is amazing. 100 million quid at the time of his death. So maybe his fee was outrageous. You know, after the Beatles. I mean, think about it. You know, imagine being a record producer, a music producer, and you know, you're basically you got the Beatles on your CV. The Beatles. So you're applying for a job. You know, you're ringing up, I don't know, Bruce Springsteen or someone back in the early 70s, and you go, "Oh, hi, Bruce. Yeah, well, I don't think George Martin had to shop for work after the Beatles, but you know the point I'm trying to make. His LinkedIn must have been extraordinary. Worked on Revolver. Hi, I'm George Martin. Looking forward to working with you. I'm a record producer. I've worked with, the Beatles. I produced, 6 or 7 of the greatest albums ever made. If you want me for work, I'm available, but it's 10 million quid for me to produce your show, your record, something like that. So his fee must have been astronomical. Like he must have had the mother of all CVs as a record producer. I wonder what kind of albums he produced in the 80s and 90s. Was he still a jobbing producer at that point? So can we add any of that to our prompt list? George Martin. See, I don't want to be too specific. Sometimes when you put in celebrity names, the AI image generator just blocks it. It doesn't like creating actual people. So I'll just put in music producer, millionaire music producer. Don't worry, I know these prompts are quite disparate and unconnected, but AI is clever enough to meld them all together in my lyrics machine, which I'm going to go to soon. Millionaire music producer. We got a lot of prompts already. Back to our brain teaser. Save her. Okay, so we got to save this girl. So this thief has got a knife. Like this cat in the background. No, it's not important. So how do I save this young lady from this knife-wielding thief? Thank you, Takalaka. Takalaka is very observant and has got a good sense of visual style. And yes, I am multi-streaming at this moment to Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, would you believe? X, formerly known as Twitter. 4 locations. There's people mostly watching on YouTube. There's someone watching on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, say hello. There's someone lurking there on Twitch behind the digital couch, lurching and watching. Unless it's a bot. It could be a bot. Is there bots on Twitch? I know very little about Twitch, Takalaka, but I'm willing to learn. I know it's mostly a gaming platform, and I'm playing some games right now. So yeah, so my set, this is real. This is not green screen. This is actual reality. There's all my awards. I am an award-winning multimedia creative, as you know. And there's my actual awards on display. And my neon signs, which represent the internet. Because this show is about the internet. You know, electricity, the World Wide Web, entertainment, music, whatever. And the cloud, of course. Because you got to bump it to the cloud sometimes, don't you? You got to bump it to the cloud. Bump it to the cloud. Oh yeah, I got all those gimmicks, all those. I've got like. Actually, I just need to run to the little boy's room for a second. If you want to bear with me, I'll just be back shortly for more brain teasers, and then we're going to create an AI audiovisual experience like you've never seen or heard before. Back in a sec. I'm back. And I'm back. Thank you for waiting. We were playing Brain Teaser. Were we? Yeah, sorry. So we're still trying to save this young girl from this knife-wielding thief. Quite a violent image, really. So the clues. Oh, a stone. Bang. The kid. Huh? Where's that stone gone? Huh? Okay. I can move these things around. So I put the cat here. I put the stone Kind of want to hit the cat with the stone. The cat will then jump in the air and angrily attack the boy with the knife. Is that what I'm trying to do? These games are tricky. So the stone moves. The cat moves. The bin moves as well. Okay, hold on. Any suggestions? Anyone out there? Any suggestions? How do we save this young girl? The clouds move. Oh, come on. Come on. How was I meant to get that? How was I meant to work that out? Using logic. Just to move the cloud randomly to the left and it would emit lightning? How the hell am I meant to... He got divine punishment. Okay. It would have been a lot easier for the girl just to throw a stone at him, you know. Or just throw a cat. When in doubt, if you've been attacked in the street by a knife-wielding thief and there is a cat at hand, pick up that cat and throw it at the thief. Hello, Rania Carews. Hello, Rania, darling. Hello, how are you? I hope you're happy and healthy and having a wonderful day so far. We're having a great time here on Stephen's online meltdown. We're learning a lot already about Game of Thrones. Takalaka, who's watching the show, he's actually in the new Game of Thrones prequel show. Not the one House of Dragon, not House of Dragon, what we've been watching, but another show they're making from the Game of Thrones universe called The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So that's something to look forward to. Hope you're having a wonderful time. So we're still playing a brain teaser. We're getting very close now to the time of the show where we're going to create some audiovisual AI art. Because I know that's the part of the show that most people tune in for. So we'll just finish off this brain teaser. In case you're curious, we did play Faces earlier, and it was Terry Crews and Leonardo DiCaprio. And that was and I think that's when Takalaka entered the chat room with his Terry Crews suggestion, which was a fantastic, absolutely winning answer. That I don't think I would have got. I think that could have been the first day where I did not get the answer correct. And it would have been a disaster. It would have put a real crinkle in my week. What is that? Used to be annoying. Sorry, that's. I know it's very loud, but I can't do anything about that. The disparity in the volume there. Catch the mouse. Catch the mouse. Catch the. Okay, you want me to catch the mouse? Oh, I'm the cat, am I? Okay, sorry. Forward. Oh God, it's going to take a while. This is just a simple maze game, then, basically. Right. See, this is kind of like what they do on Twitch, isn't it? They play these kind of games. Joking. Okay, I think I've done no forward planning on this at all. I should have worked out my route. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, bugger. Hold on. Bang, bang, bang. Well, there's an insurmountable obstacle here. Like, there's no way past this. It's like the wall in Game of Thrones. Although it turned out that wall wasn't so impregnable after all. I mean, the whole bloody show is about the wall, how the northern wall is protected by the knights. What are they called? The lads up on the wall. The Northern Watch, I think. Yeah. But when push came to the shove, when the ice zombies eventually attack, that wall, that wall collapses like a house of cards, Never mind your house of dragon, your house of cards. Because, you know, they had giants, didn't they? The ice zombies brought along with them giants. Like when you have, I think they were zombie giants. When you have zombie giants on your payroll, you know, the wall, you know, you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want. Anyway, sorry. So Takalaka says, go outside the maze. Could it be as simple as that? You know, I know sometimes these puzzles are lateral thinking, but that is literally thinking outside the box. But he hasn't led me astray so far. Ah, come on. This is ridiculous. Come on, this is ridiculous. This is... Booyah! Brilliant, Takalaka. Another winning answer from the Takalaka man. Up there somewhere in the wilds of North County Dublin. Did you just cheat? Well, I didn't. I was just following orders. I was just following orders. Okay, Rania has to go back to her job. Sorry, someone's got to work. Okay, my dear, have fun, and I'll see you later. I'm still kind of getting over that Game of Thrones finale. It was a bit of a CGI mess at the end, wasn't it? But I think everyone involved was just a bit knackered. As they say, the writers had gone on to Star Wars, I think, hadn't they? They'd kind of clocked out. So anyway, but let me see, where are we? We're just going to finish off this game. Tom is hungry again. Oops. Tom is hungry again. Please help. So Tom is the cat. He's hungry again. Well, you got to turn on the heat first. Bang. And then bang. And then a mouse jumps out. What? The mouse jumped out. A mouse jumped out. Okay. I think we've had enough of this. Let's get on to the meat and the real meat of this show, what it's all about. So I think we have enough prompts by now. We have enough prompts. We'll now go to our AI. We'll go to our AI music creator. Bang, bang, bang. Where is it? Udio. Boom. Boom. Udio is what it's called. It's the name of the game. Udio. So, Udio will now we're going to create a new song. We're going to add some lyrics to this in case you've not seen this before. This is an AI music generator where you can basically write your own lyrics, or if you're really lazy like me, you can add just copy and pasted lyrics. What'll happen then, so is we'll then choose the genre of music. So Takalaka, if you'd like to choose a genre, we'll just add some prompts. Leonardo Di Caprio, frowning. Who do we got? We got Brooklyn. Space selfie. Space selfie. Brooklyn. And I think we'll go with millionaire music producer. Oh, no, go with a historical region in Ireland. I mean, that could be a song all of its own, really, isn't it? Rock. Takalaka says rock. Actually, let me see. There's a lot going on in this. A lot going on. I think there might be a little bit too much going on here. So I think we'll just go with Leonardo DiCaprio frowning and a historical region in Ireland, and then chicken Kiev in a fan oven. I think that might be enough for AI to deal with. And Takalaka, who is, as far as I remember, a heavy rock fan. Some might even say metal fan. We'll have rock. I think heavy metal will be. We'll choose rock first, and then you usually get variations of rock. We'll be throwing a bit of heavy metal, Takalaka. We're throwing a bit of heavy metal. I'm hoping we're going to get a kind of a big thumping Iron Maiden style Celtic folk rock, Celtic rock classic that's going to delve into the historic legends of Ireland in their epic battle against the English, with Leonardo DiCaprio frowning and chicken Kiev as well. So we'll see how that deals with it. And while that's cooking, we'll go over to our AI image creator. I happen to use one called Runway. Runway ML is called. Indeed, Takalak. Rock on. Rock till you drop. And that is literally how it's done. You rock till you drop. So we're going to create some images. Generative video. First you select. First you got to select some images. I keep getting this the wrong way around. First you got to create some images. Then you're going to turn it into video, and then you're going to add the music. Text to image. So we will create. So what are our prompts we have? Let's see what the hell it comes up with for a historical region in Ireland. That was once. Blah 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 blah. And we'll go cinematic. Sorry, we'll go cinematic style. We'll create 4 images based on a historical region. I know it's kind of hard to see there. A historical region in Ireland that was under English control during the late Middle Ages. Okay, and then we'll pick another prompt. Leonardo DiCaprio frowning. Okay, that's kind of a weird set of images. That doesn't really tie into what we're saying. I'll add Leonardo DiCaprio frowning in a historical region in Ireland, cinematic style. Chicken Kiev in a fan oven. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it sounds like artillery, outgoing artillery. So I hope the World War III hasn't begun, or the Battle of Ballybricken. I think it might just be a pile driver, not a wrestling pile driver. Here's Leonardo DiCaprio frowning in a historical region in Ireland. I kind of like that Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be in all these images. Leonardo DiCaprio with a chicken Kiev in a fan oven. Cinematic style. Let's go back to our music generator and see where we are. So Takalaka, the first song, it creates 2 songs. Free of charge, totally free. Free of charge, 30 seconds, and we can extend that to a minute if it's good enough. So let's listen to our first, what a title, Echoes of Fire and Might. So here's the lyrics. Chicken Kiev, let's listen to this.
Chicken Kiev, cooking soul, feeling cold, as the uproar's history unfolds. In our fight, where power controls, heavy with scream, stories untold. Cooking tales with fire lights, Leo's dash on in the night. Irish lands with all the sound, working hard with metal crown.
Okay, what do you make of that tune? Actually, let's just listen to the second one first. That's got quite a nice pounding, almost a punk feel to it, but I suppose it is heavy rock as well. It's very quick. This is the second one, which is called Echoes of Time. Not as many lyrics, but maybe twice as much rock.
Chicken Kiev in the fire, burning loud, burning loud. Leonardo's gaze, tongues are stuck and proud, proud. Ancient lands torn by borders and time, and time. History's echo, their fate entwined, and why? Here's the turning heavy metal sound, lightning's rise as castles fall to the ground.
Well, I think it's got to be that one, isn't it? I think that's the one. Very, very powerful, that one. That got me rocking and rolling. I was almost singing there at one point. We're going to extend that one. Oh, yeah. We're going to extend that to a full minute, give it the full whack. And while it's doing that, here's Leonardo DiCaprio creating preparing chicken serving, and he seems to have gone inside the oven here. That's unfortunate. That's going to leave a scar. His left arm has gone inside the oven. What else can we make Leo do? What's this song referred to? Let me see. It's still making that song, is it? Oh no, I didn't press the button. Extend. What else can we make Leo do for our viewing pleasure? Let's put him in CERN, will we? No, let's say a Leonardo DiCaprio space selfie. We're just gonna go wild here with Leo. Leo DiCaprio taking a space selfie. And finally, we'll have Leo doing... Yeah. I think we'll have Leonardo DiCaprio inventing the internet. Inventing the internet at CERN. Let's listen to our song. What has been created in it? Unpublished. Of course it's unpublished. Huh? I don't know what happened there.
Burning loud, burning loud. There's a turning heavy metal sound, like his righteous castle for the ground. Amidst the roaring heat, flavors are bound. Wow! The concrete speaks are etched in thoughts profound. Profound! Crime story, in shadows it lies. It lies! Red scores, ancient warriors defy. Echoes of steel, with legends all around. Tales of the past, breaking chains unbound.
Okay. The lyrics are quite nonsensical, but they kind of get the vibe of a hard rock song. Vaguely Celtic folk fantasy stuff going on. Leonardo DiCaprio's in there, why not? Why the hell not? Here's DiCaprio creating the internet in CERN. Here he is taking a space selfie. He's not actually in space, though. He's kicking kievs. Here's him being a Celtic warrior in the eternal struggle against the English. So, that's lovely, isn't it? Let's just have him rocking out at a rock concert in space. Why the hell not? I hear you say. So I'm gonna have to put all this together now. Whoops, sorry. First I gotta download my song. Downloading the song. How do I download a song? Yeah, it is very good. Takalaka, and I'm gonna put it to images now soon enough, and we're gonna close out our show with an audio-visual experience like none other. Publish. Ooh, I published. I don't know where that went. I'll download it. Echoes of Time. Extended version 2. That's its full title. MP3 for her pleasure. Download to my computer. There's the previous songs. This is the second week of this show, by the way. There's a whole library of brand new music being created here on the nether regions of the internet. We are rapidly approaching the climax of the show. I am excited. I hope you are too. I am visibly excited, and I'm also starving. Can't wait for my big, massive rock and roll sandwich I'm going to have soon with all the major meats. All the major meats are going to be in my sandwich today. I might even put a chicken Kiev in there for the laugh. Why not? Bye. So where are we? Oh yeah, we got that done, and we just got. There's DiCaprio at a rock concert. I forgot to say concert. So poor Leo is just on a rock. I'm on a rock, motherfucker. He's just on a rock, the poor guy. I'm sorry, Leonardo. I'm sorry about that. I put him at a rock concert in space. So we got a lot of images to play with here. We got about 9 minutes left on this show. That's perfect timing. For once in my life, I've gotten the timing right on this show. So let's have a little suck of my sports drink. There he is. It's not really a rock concert. It's more like it's kind of more like a pop, soft rock ballad type concert. But he's loving life. There he is on the piano. There's him literally. I like that one. So I will now go to my editor and we'll put it all together. New project. What's this called? Leonardo. Rock and roll Leonardo. Leonardo the rock and roll. The Rock. Leonardo the Rock. Is it DE or DI? DiCaprio. The DE, I think. Is it? Leonardo DiCaprio. So yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm right. I'm not wrong. Where are we? Bang. Leonardo Di Rock. Very good. Very good. So we just need to find those images. What we did find. Image to text. Just bear with me now. We're getting there. Just bear with me. Pushing my poor computer to its limits here. Image to text to image. Generative video. Sorry. We need to just animate these images first. That's something I kind of forgot. I'm learning on the job here with you and my viewer, my humble viewer, with your unlimited patience. Hi to ASAL118. Thank you for joining the show and stopping by to say hello. This is Stephen's Online Breakdown. We're week 2 into the soft launch of the show, wherein we chat, we browse the internet together, we learn a lot, we play trivia games, and we build a prompt list, a list of concepts for our AI creation at the end of the show. And you've joined us now at the end of the show where we are creating an audio-visual experience based on our prompts, which mostly involve Leonardo DiCaprio doing things. So, Sal, we are just going to animate some of our images of Leo. If I could just go back to the home page there. So we need to go generative video. So let me see. Leo, I think Leo, I like that image there. Leo amongst his adoring fans. So we'll give that. It's a person in the crowd prompt. So you can. There's shortcuts here for our prompts. So he's a person in the crowd. A person in the crowd. That's literally what it is. We'll generate 5 seconds of that fun, and while we're waiting, we'll add a few more prompts. We've created an AI song, Sal, in case you didn't see. We've created an AI song based on Leonardo DiCaprio doing various things, such as sitting on a rock. There he is. There's Leo on a rock. Actually, there's a better one here. There's him lying on a rock seductively, as only Leo can. Okay. We'll give that a 5-second generation. Yeah. What? Why? Hey Sal, why are you sorry? What are you sorry about? It's an honor to have you here amongst us. We've had a fantastic couple of hours creating these ideas and prompts. We've learned a lot as well. We learned a lot about George Martin, the Beatles producer, and George R.R. Martin, the Game of Thrones author. Oh, you might hear some knocking. I think that's my neighbor. But the point is, we got Leonardo DiCaprio. We now need to keep on going. I want a good few images. We got some fantastic images here. Here's Leo in CERN, Leo creating the internet. I think this was we'll was the prompt? Let me see now. We'll just create. We'll give it a bit of dynamism. Orbiting. Okay, we'll keep going. Here's Leo with chicken kievs. I'm a busy man. Yeah, hey Sal, these images don't make themselves. Well, actually, well, AI makes them, but we got here's Leo. Here's Leo cooking some chicken kievs. Very nice. Here's Leo with his arm inside an oven. So that's painful, but you know, it happens sometimes in a fast-paced kitchen. That's a realistic documentary prompt, definitely. A Sal is asking if I stream on another web or only Twitch. No, I stream on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, actually. A Sal. So if you navigate to if you navigate to @StubVidMedia on YouTube or Facebook, it's a Facebook page, you can find me on YouTube if it's easier to watch there. Takalaka is asking, are they free? Runway is not free. I mean, their image generator is... the image generator costs about 15 quid a month, depending on how much you use it. I've already burnt through my you get credits. You get 625 credits for 15 quid. I've already burned through that very quickly doing this show. So I got a 10 euro top up, which gives you 1,000 credits, which is actually really nice. So the music, yeah, Udio is free, incredibly. Udio is free. This fella right here, Udio, is free. There's not even advertising on it, so I don't know how they're making money, but it's great fun. I'm sure they'll monetize it someday. There is an upgrade option, which probably means you can make even more dynamic songs. But these songs are pretty good already. What a time to be alive. Anyway, we're getting nearly a crescendo now of the show. Thank you all for staying tuned in and turned on. We're just going to add one or two more. Oh, yeah, DiCaprio, our Celtic warrior, DiCaprio. What will we make him do? A low angle, yeah, a low angle of him. Give it a bit of drama. And I really like that shot of Leo. That one, yeah, giving a space selfie. That's pricey. 15 quid a month. 15 euros a month to create extraordinary images that have never existed before, just from a line of prompt. 15 quid. It's the price of 2 pints of Heineken nowadays. In Dublin, anyway. Yeah, it can add up, I suppose. You know, if you're using it. What I like about Runway ML is that it's kind of an all-in-one stop shop. An all-in-one. You can create your images. You can then turn them into video, and then it's got its own in-house editing option where you can edit inside Runway. It's a little bit tricky to use. But it's still pretty mind-blowing. That can all be done in one place, and it's a browser as well. This is not even, I've not downloaded anything. It's just a browser. So I think that's enough imagery. We'll just do one more with an outdoor vibe, just to give a little epic sense to it all. There's Leo. It looks like Bono there. No. I like kind of this one here. Yeah, there's the dude. The man with the most. So we are nearly at the end. I'll just pick another prompt. First person view. I'm not quite sure what that means. I know what it means. I know what POV means. Let's do orbiting scenery. Yeah. So that's 7 different videos that we're going to put into our montage at the end here. I suppose montage is a good way of describing it. Okay, dashboard. We're very close to the end now. Leonardo Di Rock is the name of this project. And we'll go to generative video. There's our first image, which is Leo amongst his adoring fans at a rock concert. And from there he poses seductively on a rock. Ooh, there's people now. Ooh, I'm not even. Yeah, we'll see. We'll wait till the end to see exactly what AI has come up with here. I won't spoil a surprise. And then the guy he gets around. He's now serving chicken kievs with one arm in the oven. He's got one arm in the oven and the other one's on a hot rock. And then, lo and behold, the dude is then in creating the internet and CERN, helping to create the internet. He didn't create it on his own. Tim Berners-Lee and John Kaluli also were involved. Then he's back to cooking again. This dude is just a workaholic. And then he is doing that. He's now in ancient Ireland fighting the good fight in our 800-year struggle against the British. English. We've no qualms with Scottish and Welsh, apparently. And then finally, then he's taking just a little selfie in the desert. I have no idea what's going to happen there. I gave it quite a wacky prompt there involving an orbiting. Oh yeah, it's just going to zoom in. Sorry. So that's, how many seconds is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Just copy and paste. We're going to fill this out to a minute because the song is a minute long. It seems to struggle with copying and pasting sometimes, which is weird. And there it's happened again. It just seems to like copying and pasting. Don't ask me why. I just work here. Just trying to get to a minute. Don't worry, we're getting there. We're getting there. And this should be it. And we remember we have our song downloaded. Let me see. And we'll finish off with him at the rock concert. Basking in the glory and the love of his adoring fans. And we'll put the song in now, in case you're wondering. We got to upload that first. And it was called, what was it called? Echoes of Time, extended version 2. Echoes of Time, extended version 2. We dropped that in underneath where it needs to be. There's still actually, it just needs a few. Okay, there we are. I won't even play through it. I'll export it as is. MP4 720. You don't need to export as a 1K file if you don't want to. Go to export. It's still exporting. So, as it's exporting the final file, our final work of audiovisual art, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in today. This is the 6th episode, I think, of this brand new show and brand new format. So wherever you're watching, and whoever you have been, and I know who some of you have been. We had Tekalaka, we had Esal_118. Don't forget the underscore. We had Rania tuned in, and I'm sure many hundreds of other people who are lurking. So that's great, and I'd like to thank you all once again. I'll be back here on Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. and Friday. That's our schedule. I take Wednesdays off to catch up on some important administrative work and to continue to finesse my AI skills. So it's been an absolute pleasure being amongst you all. And I'd like to thank you all for the contribution you made, because without you, this show would just be me talking to myself. So, as I said, I'm very honored to have made your day maybe a little bit better. It certainly made my day a bit better, and I've learned a lot. So here we go. Let's pause my background music. And without further ado, okay, are we ready? Whoa! Whoops, sorry about that. So, here we go. Today's audiovisual art form that we've created together is called Leonardo Di Rock. For those about to rock, we salute you.
Turning heavy metal sound, lightning strikes its castle from the ground. Amidst the roaring heat, flavors abound. Wow! The Caprio's visage etched in thoughts profound. Profound! Crime story, in shadows it lies. It lies! Red stores, ancient warriors divide. Echoes of steel with legends all around. Tales of the past, breaking chains unbound. Chicken Kiev in the fire, burning loud. Burning loud. Leonardo's Kings rise as castles fall the ground. Amidst the roaring heat, flavors abound. Wow! The Caprinos research etched in thoughts from